guys, I hope you're doing well. My name's Sierra Tripelli, and for my senior project, I worked with SF Dogs to maximize community involvement in opposing the GGNRA's dog management plan. The GGNRA stands for Golden Gate National Recreation Areas, and it's a group that takes care of the parks and beaches throughout the Bay Area. Their dog management plan is a resolution. This is actually the second time they've tried to pass it. But what it's going to try and do is greatly diminish the freedom dog owners have to walk their dogs around places like Ocean Beach, Fort Funston, Golden Gate Park, and the Marin Headlands. A lot of the areas that are now off-leash friendly, they'll make to either no dogs at all or make it so that you have to take them on a leash. One of the big problems with this is that if this happened, it means that the few areas that did allow dogs would become extremely overcrowded, and this would lead to more dog fights, and it really wouldn't be good. Also, a lot of the GGNRA's reasoning for the plan it doesn't have any evidence to back it up. For example, one of the reasons they're trying to close down over half of Ocean Beach is because they're trying to say that dogs endanger the snowy plover population. Snowy plovers are these little white and black birds that have lived on Ocean Beach and over in Fort Funston, and they're endangered, but the GGNRA themselves did a study that shows that the snowy plover population is just dropping because of environmental reasons, not because of dogs. There's never been a reported case of a dog killing a snowy plover. So what I did with SF Dogs was it got the community involved to oppose this. This is the second time, like I said, that they've tried to pass it, and last time it got overturned, so we have some hopes, and we had a pretty good plan for maximizing community involvement. The first step in it was to just spread the word. Now, I got involved in this because I have a dog, and my whole life I lived in the outer Sunset, and when I was younger I had 2 dogs, and we lived over closer to Golden Gate Park, and a huge part of my childhood was taking the dogs on a walk in Golden Gate Park and running around with them. And now I live out on Ocean Beach, and I take my dog Shadow for a walk on Ocean Beach every day. If this plan passed, I would have to go over 12 blocks to walk my dog on the beach without a leash. And he's pretty old, so he can barely make it 2 blocks. So this is just really unfair. And another problem is the area of Ocean Beach that they want to allow you to take your dogs on is over by the Cliff House. It's from stairwell 16 to the end. And that area of the beach is a lot wider than down here on the south end. So if they didn't allow dogs on the south end and only on the north end, the tide can't come up and clean all of the sand. So if the dogs went to the bathroom and owners didn't always clean up after them, usually on the south side, it's alright because at night the tide comes all the way up to the dunes and cleans the sand off. On the north end, however, the tide very rarely makes it all the way up to the seawall. So it would make the beach even less of a place for people to want to go to. Also, San Francisco has a pretty good reputation for being a dog-friendly city. A lot of hotels are very proud of the fact that they allow you to bring your dogs. And there's even establishments like kitty hotels and dog hotels where they can go and get full spa treatment. So for the GGNRA to try and pass this plan is just ridiculous. It probably could lead to a diminishing in our tourism because people won't want to come if they can't bring their dogs and stuff. And it wouldn't be good for San Francisco. So, step 1 was spreading the word. The first step in doing this was passing out flyers. I spent the whole passing period, which is a 60-day period where the GGNRA will listen to community comments and stuff like that, and listen to what we have to say before they decide on what to do in the end with the proposition. So the first step was passing out flyers. The whole 60 days, 2 months, I almost every day I went out with a box of flyers and went to the beach, went to parks, and every time I saw someone with a dog, I'd walk up to them with the flyer and say, "Hey, do you like to walk your dog? Do you like to have the freedom to walk your dog where you want to?" And most of the time they're like, "Yeah, we do. Like, walking our dog in San Francisco, like, it's great." And I was like, "All right, well, you might not have that opportunity anymore." And so it was really great because the people who I was talking to obviously already cared, because I could tell because they would have a dog. So going up and talking to them, I didn't have the problem that a lot of people who go and try and flyer on the street have. They can't really tell if they're going to have any success with the person. With people who have dogs, when you mention that someone is going to try and diminish their dog's rights, it's almost like someone's kid. They're not going to be happy about it. So I went around flyering, also taped a lot up everywhere, pet stores, grooming places. And I also, me and the founder of SF Dogs, Andrea Buffa, who is the main person I worked with, drafted a letter to the Board of Supervisors, and I went around to businesses and parks and stuff and got people to sign it, and we got over 400 signatures. And then we sent it in. Another method was phone banking. We spent, I think, 3 nights calling people on the email list and telling them about the plan, reminding them of the upcoming rally and parade, and just spreading the word. And then there was a hearing where we wrote a letter to Supervisor Wiener and got him on our side to like represent us in court. And then went up against GGNRA and had a rally before, and there were hundreds of people there with their dogs and signs, and we had chants, and it was great, and there was everybody was so happy, and there was a lot of TV coverage, and like people were honking on the streets and stuff, and it was really great to see everybody so like together for a cause, and people were lined up outside the doors of City Hall to a second floor courtroom, just trying to get in and have their say. It took hours. And then after that, we also had a parade. The passing period ended on May 31st, and now we're just waiting there's no exact time that we know of yet about when it will be passed, but the soonest it looks like will be August, but probably sometime in 2012 is when we'll find out what's going to happen with it. This was a really great experience, and I learned a lot. It was really great to be able to work with people and like get people all together. Everyone came together with their skills and put it all together to make our project really have the full possible impact. And I really learned a lot from everybody who helped me. Thank you so much.